Let's talk about the EIDL stimulus loan and grant. It's also called the EIDL, and it's part of the Emergency Disaster Loan Program through the SBA and the United States government. So really the concern I have, there's so much information that's circulating around the internet, and it's actually very helpful information, and so many people are trying to ensure that fellow Americans are aware of the benefits and understand them and are able to apply for them, which is fantastic. But I think sometimes we tend to overcomplicate things in America, and a lot of people are concerned that maybe they won't qualify, and because of that concern, they decide not to apply, or they simply put it off. Now, the worst thing to do if you're in financial need, if your business is struggling, if you have a side income source, for example, if you do landscaping or paint houses or sell firewood, for example, all the various things that people do as a sole proprietor or as an independent contractor, if you're working at a swap meet, if you have garage sales every weekend, if you're a barber or a cosmetologist and you're doing that independently, for example, if you're an insurance agent, for example, there's so many professions out there where you're making income either as a primary focus or as a side focus, where you would be considered a sole proprietor operating under your own personal name, using your own social security number, your own personal bank account, but you're certainly self-employed and you're generating revenue, and you've been affected by the pandemic, not in a positive way, but in a negative way. You've essentially lost money. So for people in that situation, it's very important to apply. So I would just encourage you, don't be concerned that maybe you're not eligible. Don't be concerned that maybe you'll be denied. There's no harm in trying and being denied, but there's harm in needing the money, being concerned that maybe you won't qualify, maybe you're not eligible, not applying, the money runs out, you realize down the road that you would have qualified and you really wish you would have received that $1,000 or $30,000 or however much you're eligible for. So I just want to encourage everyone in America to take this opportunity while there are still funds available. Right now, as of the time of this broadcast, I just checked, there are still emergency disaster loan funds available. You can borrow the money. The grant is not currently being offered, but there is a second stimulus bill right now that's going back and forth with politicians, and hopefully within the next week or two that will pass, and if so, we should see the grant money come back. But the loan money is still available, and the emergency disaster loan, it's an amazing loan. It's very low interest. It's a 30-year loan. There's no payments for the first year. There are some efforts underway, which we can't promise will happen, but to lower the interest rate even further. But regardless, a $1,000 loan it's roughly a $5 a month payment. $10,000 loan, it's about a $50 a month payment. $100,000 loan, about a $500 a month payment. So it's very affordable in terms of a loan. Can't beat it. You can always pay it off early without penalty. And so for those of you that need money and that are used to earning money on the side that you can't right now, you can go ahead and try to apply and see if you qualify. It should take 15 or 20 minutes to apply. Worst case, you're not eligible. Now, if the second stimulus wave is approved, which we're quite certain it will be, we're not exactly sure what will happen with the grant money, but assuming that it's reinstated, and it's pretty convincing that it will be, if you've applied, there's a very good chance that you would then become eligible for the grant money, and you'd simply have to do some type of a link click and an add-on type of application to apply for the grant portion of the stimulus plan. So the loan portion is available today. In 2 hours or in 2 days, it may not be available. And it was there before. A while back, if you were to go to the page, it would say not currently taking applications due to funding running out. Right now there is funding. I can't promise how long it'll last. It may run out at any moment. So if you need the money, I would encourage you, don't delay based on confusion on whether or not you qualify. What I would really recommend you do is go ahead and apply now, get your name in there, because once your name is in there, once you've applied, there is essentially part of the budget carved out for your loan, and it goes through the process. And even if the money runs out in 3 or 4 days, if you apply first, at least your name is in the hat, so to speak, and as long as your loan's approved, you'll get paid. So I just would encourage everyone, don't overcomplicate it, give it a shot. If you qualify and are approved, beautiful. And if not, no no harm in at least trying. And also just please keep in mind that with the grant money, even though it's not available now, once it is, of course, you could apply to pursue the grant at that time, we're quite sure. So that's it for this episode. Hope you found it helpful. Please take a moment to click subscribe. Have a great day.